somewhere in Ravensland. He would swear that this dark forest is swallowing the sound of his boots. Brother Halvek notices it first when the road narrows into a path and the trees close in. Ravensland has many forests, but this one feels older than even the map he carries folded inside his robe. The trunks rise like black pillars, their bark slick with damp moss. He keeps walking. The sign of rust hangs from a cord around his neck, a small disc of dark iron stamped with the mark. It knocks softly against his chest with each step. The outpost lies somewhere ahead. It stands deep in the forest with a handful of faithful tasked with watching the old roads, to watch the places where a sister sometimes slips through. Halvek whispers the prayer he was taught. Rust above, rust below, rust in the bones of the world. He has been sent with a message sealed by the demon master himself. Halvek believes this. He must. It is with demons that they will end demons. The path bends and he nearly misses it. The shrine stands just off the trail, half hidden in a tangle of roots, iron chains hanging from the branches of a crooked oak. Old blades have been driven into the trunk, their edges eaten by orange corrosion. The smell of rust hangs in the air. Halvek kneels. He presses his forehead to the cold earth and folds his hands. Rust, he whispers. Give the demon master the strength he needs. Strength to close the gates. Drive the demons back into darkness. Let Ravensland know peace again. Does the forest listen? He can't tell. But a drop of water falls from the branches above, landing on the shrine's iron chains. But it's not clear water. Halvek looks up slowly. The chains above him are wet with fresh rust. It seems to be spreading across the iron like a living thing, creeping along the metal links. The blade shivers in the tree trunk as the corrosion devours it. For a moment, Halvek thinks he hears breathing somewhere beneath the roots. Deep. Patient. He lowers his head again and finishes the prayer. He then stands and continues towards the outpost, leaving the shrine behind him in the dark forest. Even when he's gone, the rust keeps spreading.
A band of heroes bold, stand the hunter Silver, with tales of glory told, Osric with his mighty blade, Rustbite of demonic hue, and Silver half of merchant king, their journey did ensue. Silver trades and secrets hold a smile upon her face, while Osric swings his fearsome sword in battle's fierce embrace. Through Ravensland they wander in search of ancient stones, to free the land from darkness where evil's a terror roams, with courage as their banner and hearts forever true.
Episode 50. Because apparently I have too much time on my hands, I have to resize Dave because he freaking moved.
The roots have been dragging him down into the corner.
That's right. So I went and I calculated the total hours we've been playing, and it's just over 129 hours of gameplay. Like, that's all gameplay. The only thing is the 10-minute breaks that I don't clip out, but I clip out the 10-minute intro. So anyway, this is exciting. Hey, Tales of Techniques. Good. I'm glad you're watching live. That's cool. All right. When we left, it was the beginning of the third quarter day. We were walking through the grasslands, heading southwest, following Master Enslim's description of, where this Veil of the Dead might be, which apparently, according to him, has Stanagist, which hopefully also has 3 gems inside of it, or mounted on it. I think it was Vasilla that was keeping watch as you were making way, Sten, and you noticed kind of on a small crest what looked like a ruined tower. And with a successful lore roll, you realized, I'm willing to bet that's a pre-mist wizard's tower. And you got excited.
Mm-hmm.
Master Enslim got excited. Let's start playing.
I'm not excited.
You beat me to it.
It is a day that ends with Y.
Mhm.
So to give you a little bit of context, it's kind of silhouetted against the cloudy sky. It's a square tower. Looks like there's, from where you are, there might be some dark streaks where the tower has broken. Looks like the tower might be just a few stories tall, but it's difficult to know how tall it was when it was fully intact. And I've got you about like 300 yards away from it.
And is it like in the woods or in a clearing or?
No, this is all just open grasslands that
Okay.
you've been traveling in. So it's just like a little hill that it seems to have been built on. Now, I think it's obvious that if this thing, let's say it was twice as tall as it is now, get a hell of a view, right? Because where you guys are now, you're well away from the mountains. Things are pretty flat.
I mean, I look at Sylvan.
Yeah, it certainly feels like it must be at least worth checking to see if there's anything valuable.
Yeah, it's going to be so great.
You don't think anybody would have decided to squat in there for a good view and some shelter?
I mean, maybe. But the last place we walked by that was creepy and weird was a random place where a dwarf was forging mirrored glass towers filled with blood mist demons.
Yeah, and that almost killed us.
So, right. How is like an actual tower any scarier?
I'm not saying it's scarier. I'm just saying it's not like to be any safer.
Oh, certainly not.
I'm not going to try and talk you out of it. I'm not that stupid.
Safe
long as
is
we remain
really what
cautious.
we do. Cautious.
Yeah,
Grumpy.
cautious.
That is what you do.
We can do cautious.
So what does that look like?
I think it's just a slow approach with the wagon and the team.
Yep, looking
If anyone
for
wants to take a
any
flank.
footpaths or prints or signs of anyone having lived here or been here recently.
I'll take a survival roll from you, Sten.
A survival roll from me?
Yeah,
That sounds
looking for-
amazing.
yeah, you're looking for tracks and stuff like that, right?
Oh dear.
Well, I'm
Apparently
too
not.
busy complaining at Vasilla.
Might be the grass too.
Yeah, sure.
Pretty high, tough to really see the ground. It's pretty thick as you're working.
Don't give
your
him
way
the
through it.
excuse. It's because he's complaining.
Sure.
As you get closer, you get kind of a sense of scale. It appears to be perfectly square and maybe like 40 or 50 feet wide and deep. And I'm sure at some point there was a door, but now it's just an opening. And there must be at least some coverage inside because it is dark. Doesn't appear to be any sunlight making it in. So there must be at least one level or floor or a ceiling of some sort.
There's no kind of markings or symbols or signage or anything near the door as to who this might have been.
Yeah, there is. There seems to be an engraving above the door. And it's in a very old but careful lettering. And I think maybe just Vasilla recognizes that it's an old language. It's a language you had read about that long before the mist fell, when humans first came to Raven's Land. There was a bit of a hybrid language between the elves and the humans that they used to communicate. And you think that's what this is. And it seems to have a rough translation of for the study of demons and iron.
So this place makes you look young. But we're at the right place because this is for the study of demons and iron. It'll be great.
Yeah, that's just the kind of thing we want to study.
I mean, it is the kind of thing we want to study. So is there, have there been people around here?
Not that I've seen.
Well, this is the old high tongue, the tongue of kings and diplomacy, and back when the elves and humans were kind to each other, which I'm not sure was ever true. But, yeah, I don't know. Light your lantern. Go on in.
Sylvia, you're going to fire up the lantern?
Sure. Let's see.
And the door is pretty big, so easily two of you can kind of look in at the same time. And I assume it's going to be Osric, and who else? Who's going to be up towards the front here?
Me? I'm excited.
Osric and Vasilla. So Osric and Vasilla, as you kind of work up, maybe Sten, you're in the back.
Mm-hmm.
This first floor has what looks to be a room, and based on what you can see, it looks to maybe cover half of the base of this tower. So it almost, the wall on the other side of this door kind of looks like it might bisect.
It's not far enough, right, to be the other
exactly.
side.
It's about half as deep. And you can see broken lantern brackets on the stone walls. They look as old as the tower. At your feet, just on the other side of the threshold, there's a bunch of symbols that have been carved into the stone. And as best you can tell, Vasilla and Osric, they don't look like they've been carved at the same time, but carved at different times because they have different erosion, different depths to them. Vasilla, can I get a lore roll? See if you can identify these things.
Give me a second.
I think Osric is sniffing the air, which I know sounds silly because I don't smell magic, but like just to see if it, I don't know, is it musty? Is it old? Is it lived in? Is it?
It smells dead, right? So you don't get any type of sense of life. It looks like inside, even like it doesn't even feel like the grasslands have tried to reclaim this tower. So we don't see anything growing up through the stone floor. Vasilla, the older symbols, the ones that you can barely see, they are protection, spells of protection, old human magic, the type of stuff that our old friend used to study.
I will pull out a coin, maybe something that is like rusted or some kind of like faded bit of metal, and try to throw it across the line. See if anything happens.
So let me a couple more things to describe to you, but we'll have you pulling the coin out, right? The newer symbols that are deeper carved in are of a different magic.
Hmm.
a darker magic that you're not real familiar with. And the room looks otherwise empty except for there's a door made of old wood that is barely intact. Looks like it could be pushed over and it's not even hinged. It's almost propped. It's in the center of the wall across. And the only thing taking up space in this room from floor to ceiling is a statue right next to the door. And it's bizarre. It looks to be made of a mixture of metals.
Hmm.
And from halfway up, it's in the shape of a raven. Almost like it's been cobbled together and built over time to stand here. And its bottom half has 4 spiked legs that stand on a pedestal where the statue was built. Instead, the only thing that you're really noticing outside that's a little odd is as you approached, you noticed like 2 or 3 ravens have started to circle above you. Well, no, above the tower. You have the coin in your hand, Vasilla.
I'm going to. And it's a mix of metals. Is the bottom one metal and the top one metal? I know the top you said was like very cobbled together mix of stuff.
And the bottom looks like that too, right? There's like there's some bronze maybe in there, some iron, some metals you can't quite tell what they are. There's some corrosion as you would expect for a statue this old.
Okay. I'll flick the coin across the line of runes.
And it clinks and passes the runes, kind of rolls over. Let's have it roll to the base of the statue.
Is the statue behind the line of runes?
It is. Yeah, it's against the far wall right next to that door.
Okay. Sorry, I thought it was next to our wall, but
No, I'm sorry.
is
Yeah, you said door.
totally fine.
Yeah, it's
It's
facing
fair.
you.
Got it.
All right, I'm going to.
Does it look like the top half was built on top of the bottom half? That sounds dumb when I say
No,
it out loud.
I think I know what you're saying because it doesn't match up, right? I mean,
Yeah, like
you would expect raven's legs, and they're almost like the spiked spider legs, but there's only 4 of them, not 8 of them. And the one thing I'll tell you, Osric, it's not that the top was built at a different time as the bottom. This thing looks like it was built over time, right? In the same way, you've got different layers of runes that were etched into the floors at different time. It feels like this thing was built either at different times or if at the same time with varying aged metals. So the whole thing looks cobbled together.
Okay. So it's not like someone tacked a new piece on top of like the bottom half of a statue that was there.
Yeah, you don't get that feeling. And then the only other thing I'll say is that it looks to be pretty intricate. It's not a crude statue. You can tell a lot of time and effort went
Like
into
it's well
building
crafted.
this. Really
but-
well crafted, yeah.
Okay.
So despite being a patchwork, it's a pretty stunning piece of art.
Is the tower climbable? Like, has it fallen to enough disrepair that like there's handholds?
Oh, no question. If you want to climb from the outside, yeah, it's about like 35 feet to where the ruins actually are.
And there's no stairs in this room.
No. Or ladders or anything. There doesn't seem to be any openings in the ceiling.
Okay.
It's ravens watching us, which I might consider a good omen in other circumstances.
Yeah. I'm going to sing a little prayer snippet that I learned at the Ravens Sisters encampment
Mhm.
that they used, I don't know, whatever, as like a little before meal prayer kind of thing. And then I'm going to take a step across the rooms.
So let's start with the song. Give me a quick performance.
Performance. Bloodstar clasp goes to performance, I believe. Sure does. So the Bloodstar clasp doesn't look like it has any.
There has no documented downside, Dave.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like it only applies to certain things. It just says
No.
performances. No.
Yeah. Oh, wow. You are in fuego, Vasilla, today.
Let's not hope we're not burning it all early.
We know whose turn it is to roll the dice tonight.
So you start singing the song and you cross the threshold. And here's what I think you're not sure of. Was it always ticking in this room, or did the ticking start when you crossed the threshold? But you hear in this room,
And I don't see anything that would have started the ticking. Can I locate the ticking direction?
the statue.
Um,
But it's quiet enough that maybe it always was, right? But you didn't hear it till you got in here, and there's a bit of an acoustic amplification.
yeah.
Or maybe it started when you crossed those runes.
Well, I'm going to. It's the only thing of interest in the room.
Correct.
So I guess I'm going to look across the like. Do you guys hear that ticking?
And I presume we don't actually hear that ticking until we go in.
I think you're close enough, Osric, that
Okay.
even though you haven't crossed the threshold, you can hear it.
And I listen for it, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it,
I am going to walk towards the statue carefully, but I'm gonna,
Yeah. I think Osric will walk behind Vasilla a little
Osric,
bit.
yeah.
This is such a bad idea, but we have to move forward, otherwise we'll just stop here. So yeah, but I
Which
think
would be fine.
would it though? So I think Osric is like prepared to grab Vasilla and run if necessary, while moving forward towards the statue. With a bit of curiosity, Osric is in fact a craftsman, so I think this is something that is interesting to him as a piece.
And did you say the sword? You're keeping your sword sheathed, or the axe sheath? What are we doing?
I don't think I have any weapons drawn at the moment, Craig.
Okay. All right.
it's easier to run when you're not holding on to things.
Yes, I have to pick up Vasilla and run, so I'd rather not be carrying weapons and have to drop them.
Silva, I think to a little bit of a surprise, Anselm has taken himself out of the wagon. And he starts walking. What are you seeing there? And he starts walking towards the door.
Old runes and a statue and such.
And he kind of picks up his pace a little bit. He seems real anxious to get in there. What is Stead and Silva doing?
I think Silva, having handed off the lantern, I assume to Vasilla.
That seems reasonable.
I think she would probably come down and at least like take a peek and see what kind of see what all the fuss is about. And I think seeing this, because we can see the statue from the door, right?
You
Like
can,
from as long as you can.
because
see it.
I assume that Vasilla has the lantern, which has now lit up this room, which makes it
Yeah.
easier for you to see.
I think Silva kind of sees the statue, kind of looks it up and down, and then I'm gonna head back to the cart and just do a little cross reference with the account of demons. that Vasilla has so kindly left in there for me.
Give me a
There,
little,
just
give me either lore or insight, whatever's better for you.
I can do insight.
Okay.
Do I get the account of demons? What's a bonus on that?
Only if, yeah, you get a bonus because you're using the book. So yeah.
Use gear bonus. Normal item. So just one. Yeah.
Because someone was a fool and ripped
Oh.
the page.
Generated roll is invalid. What did I do?
No.
You've ruined everything.
Apparently. Let's try that again.
Take a
The
look.
statue is
Oh,
That's better.
All right.
Hey, look at that.
So I'm going to use the first success for information, the second success for the speed in which you find this information, right? Because
Sure.
this
Beautiful.
is a big book.
Yeah.
You
It's not like
flip
we have any
through-
reason to hurry.
you flip
I'm just
through
like
as-
flipping. I'm just looking at pictures. Like, let's see the illustrations here.
so you find, areas talk about, art and constructs and things like that. They're nothing. This doesn't mesh up. Yeah, and the one thing I'll tell you is there's no depiction of ravens at all in this book.
Okay.
Sten?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sort of keeping one eye on what's going on in the room, and just kind of looking up and around. Just I don't like being surprised.
Sure. All right.
Oh.
All right. So we have got Vasilla and Osric. We've got Silva. And we've got Sten, Master Enslam. It's kind of in between at the threshold. And then our friend. Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
How
Jeez.
surprising.
Oh.
No encounter.
Working on it. All right.
That's neat.
Look at it.
It's a robot.
It's a clockwork horror.
It's a crowbot.
All right. So we've got Osric. I'll go ahead and roll for Anselm. All right. Osric, you want to give us a flip here?
I do want to do that, and I swear I
Okay.
did it
There
once
you go.
already, but I'll do it again.
All right. And then our guardian. All right. So let's see here. Whoops. So as you get close, Vasilla, you realize the ticking is definitely coming from this thing. And you get close enough that you can see gears in the layers of the intricate metal. And what looked like 4 spiked legs, you realize there are actually 6. There seems to be 2 forearm spikes and then 4 legs. The legs scratch against the stone pedestal that it's on as it's 2 metal spiked arms, I guess, lift up. We have got it going last, which is probably good. Let's talk about whether we want to do any kind of swapping around here. We've got Vasilla first, Osric, Sten, then Silva.
I'm fine to go
I
later.
have no strong
Obviously,
Yeah.
I have no context yet. So until someone screams out about a robot coming to life,
Yeah,
so we're just taking a read.
I mean, Vasilla was the closest one. I think it makes sense for her to go first.
Okay. Then Osric, then Sten. We just want to keep the order.
yeah, I think
Run by
so.
me.
All right, let's do it. What are we going to do, Vasilla?
Make a robot.
I'm gonna yell. It's like coming up like. Yeah, I'm just gonna assume that's like moving with.
It's
enough,
raising its little things up,
Yeah,
its claw
it's
things.
not
When I say
looking.
Yeah, and when I say
It doesn't
little, I
look
mean
like it's not attacking you.
yeah,
is
the
what we're
blades
trying
are
to say.
the blades are longer than you are tall.
Yeah, I'm
Mm.
gonna yell, "Run!" and then begin to run.
Okay. Can you give me a move roll, please?
Sure.
Thanks for the like, Eric.
Look at her move.
Yeah, I'll let you. You want to get out of here?
Yeah, like past the threshold.
All right,
Out.
Great.
done. You still have a slow action, or are you good?
I'm good. I'll save it to dodge or whatever if I need to do something.
Osric.
Well, Brag. I think like I don't want to use all my actions because I want to have a dodge. So I think I want to draw my weapons and back up, but like I don't think I can get a full move action to back up if you know what I mean. But like I
Well,
feel
you-
like I'm putting some space in between it and myself.
But you're
and-
reserving an action.
but I would like to reserve and
slow
a
action.
fast action because I think my drawing of weapons is a slow action. But
Got
I might be wrong.
All right, so we'll have you use your slow action, and you back up
And draw my weapons.
and draw your weapons.
And basically, I'm
Stand?
trying to like be in the way of the doorway
Yes.
so that everybody else is behind me.
So is this thing still looking aggressive as everyone backs up?
It is.
Then I think I'm going to put a couple arrows in it.
That's fair.
I mean, I have one job on this ship.
Whizzing by Osric's head from through the door.
This is to be
Yeah.
expected.
All right.
Ever so slightly to one side to prepare for this to happen.
Like you know.
Yeah, we've been doing this a little while.
Yeah,
We
once or
have.
twice. Once or twice. All right. First shot.
All those dice. All right, that's
And only two successes.
Two successes.
Not pushing.
Okay. Two successes on the armor. So this first arrow comes and just chinks right at the base of its neck. And
Okay.
it had enough force, but the way it bounces off, it lodges itself into the wall. But you were not
course
able to
it does.
penetrate that metal.
All right. Well,
Next
then
time, Gadget.
let's do it again. Only this time, assuming I hit, I will spend a willpower to find a less armor spot. Sorry, I owed an extra die. I hit a hit too long.
Clean.
So you're gonna roll an extra die.
Oh, yeah, I
all right. Okay.
Right,
Oh,
sure.
it's a Bane. Thank you. All right.
Yeah. All right. So that's 4, and I will spend a willpower to
ignore armor. Where do you think you hit this thing?
I mean, looking at the illustration, I'm thinking somewhere in that like neck chest area, which looks a little more open.
And this time the arrow does not bounce off, right? It goes right into that area, kind of finds a seam, it looks like, through this patchwork of intricate metals. And you hear something break. And it's difficult to know whether it's the arrow, whether the arrow's getting ground up by something. But there's a sparking that comes out from where you hit it.
I mean, that arrow definitely broke, but hopefully I also did some damage along the way.
Yeah. Is that it for you, my friend?
That's all I got.
Silva.
Yeah. Now hearing that there's some kind of commotion, I think I will gently set down the account of demons, draw out my crossbow, and if I can line up a shot, I'll take a shot. So
Okay,
probably have
let's
some
do
kind of
it.
penalty here.
So it'll be the draw and then your slow action. Got it.
Swap that. Do I have any kind of penalty based on like I'm kind of out here a good ways?
I wouldn't give one to Sten, but now you got like 2 layers of people. So yeah, let's
Yeah,
do a
seems
minus
like a
one.
lot.
I appreciate that. That's a good call out.
Please don't
So
shoot me.
we'll just minus 1 there and roll it. All right. Not gonna push it.
There's no Banes.
Ah.
But there could
That's
be.
Last thing I need is a crossbow snapping in my
right
hands.
now.
So Anselm is like working his way up, and all of a sudden it's like phew, 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 and just crossbow bolts and 2 arrows go flying by his head. He sees Vasilla running out, and he's like, "Yeah," and he's gonna get behind
man.
Vasilla.
Smart man.
He's good. But now it is time for our guardian, and our guardian is going to go for the only thing within reach here, and that is going to be Osric. Osric, you're seeing this thing now. Its legs fully articulate, and it just and it's just clanging. You can see the spikes of its legs driving into the stone. It's, I don't know if it's the weight, the strength of its mechanisms, or what, but
Be 2 things, Craig.
yeah, it could be both. What are we going to do as a reaction to this attack?
I expect that I cannot parry it, as it appears to be monstrous.
That's
So I will dodge.
All right.
I roll my arrows.
It's a lot of dice.
So as this thing starts moving towards you, you hear the ticking and the movement of the gears. It then, oh, I made that blind. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
It
We
then
trust
stops. The ticking stops. The movement that you can see of the gears under the layers of metal stop. And its beak opens up and lets out this unnatural metallic noise that just penetrates into your head. So this is going to affect everybody within near range. So I think Vasily, you're fine. Anybody who's in bow range is going to hear this. So it'll be the
Okay.
3 of you. We've got 1 wits damage, please.
Oof.
As this thing racks your ears.
Cool.
Okay, so there's no resistance. That just happens. Okay.
Just a fear attack. We love fear attacks.
We
They're
don't
the
actually.
best.
That's a talent I think I will be picking up shortly.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that one too. It's like, you know, it would be nice. Fearless.
Yeah. I feel like we've seen enough shit now. Like
So
Hold
Vasily,
on. I'm gonna take a look at that.
again.
do we want to make any adjustments here?
Yeah, we're gonna let the fighters go first.
All right. So Ostrich swapping with Vasilla. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, and then stand with Vasilla. I'll go all the way
Sure.
to the back before Anselm and no further.
You're gonna push him to the front of the line.
Stand with.
It's like we only have one
And
position.
are you switching with Silva as
and it's
well?
me. Yeah, because
Okay,
she's
you
got
wanna
a
go-
bow out and
yeah.
everything.
I gotta reload, but yeah.
Oh, do you? I don't know. It's the
Yeah.
first time I've seen
Cro-
you actually.
I
shoot
remember
with a
those
crossbow, I
days.
think.
Crossbow. Actually, this will be the first time I've ever taken like multiple shots.
Have to shoot again.
So Osric, it felt like this thing was screaming like into your face, and even though you could swear you almost felt like a wind coming out of its mouth, but that's impossible. And there's a ringing in your ears. Everything sounds muffled. The clanking of the metal as its claw saber hands are raising up in front of you. You can't hear anything. It sounds like someone's put like mud in your ears.
Wonderful. I think we're going to try to hack at it with Heartscar
Okay.
to start with. So we will swing an axe. We will axe fighter. And I think that's all I get is axe fighter. And I will also spend a willpower.
What is that ability you guys are using? What's it called?
Mine is Path of the Blade.
Oh, the ignoring armor.
Yeah, and I
is-
suspect his is one of his other.
Path of
Yeah,
the
it's
bow
Path
or
of the
whatever.
Arrow. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. So rank 1 is where you pick that up, and rank 2 is going to give you the ability once you've used up all your actions to be able to
Yes.
strike again. Right. Excellent. All right, so you had a total of 3 successes. It obviously doesn't hit the armor, so it does 3 damage. Where do you think you hit it?
4 damage.
4
Okay.
damage. It is 4 damage.
I think based on the picture, like the axe is looking at the more delicate area of the neck of this bird.
Mm-hmm.
I think that instinctually, like lopping the head off a thing should make it stop doing this. Although I suspect that in this case, that might not actually be the case.
It stops
Yeah.
orcs. You know.
But it stops. It stops most
stops
things,
orcs.
right? It stops most things. And so even though, like, this thing is not like an animal, like it looks like an animal, and I think
Sure.
Osric's not thinking about the fact that this is clearly a metal monstrosity, that this might not be as effective, but also it looks less armory.
Yeah, I think the axe goes right in there. Much like we saw with the arrows, there's some sparking that happens as you kind of you pull the axe out and it sweeps out. There's a huge now gash under its neck and it's kind of its chest or breast area. There's also like a faint orange light of some sort inside, deep inside, that you now can see. You can't see what's causing it, but there's some sort of internal light on this thing. That's your slow action.
Yes, it is. I think that I am done because I would still like to be able to dodge.
I think that's fair.
Suppose that's reasonable. Hey, that's me. Second verse, same as the first.
Okay.
Come on. Do the thing when I hit the button.
God, you roll so many dice.
I do, and yet
Yeah.
none of them have 6s on them.
What's
And
your
where's
bane
the
in?
Bane.
The weapon.
yeah.
Yeah. I think that one's just gonna miss. Ugh.
Chewing through
There-
those arrows.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the thing is moving surprisingly fast, Stan.
Mhm.
Even
I
though
think-
it's enormous.
Yeah, I think part of what it is that I'm trying to line up a shot towards where that orange light is coming from, and
Fair.
maybe it's just too precise for what I'm doing. So,
Yep. All right, that's your slow action.
yep. This is my fast action. I do it again.
All right.
That's
There
a
we
little
go.
better. Not
Little bit.
much though.
Are you spending the
Um,
willpower?
I will spend the willpower.
Okay. So this one on target
Ugh.
Cool.
goes in and it almost feels like it's deep enough to hit whatever is generating that light, but you just can't tell. You can't see it.
Yeah.
And it reacts this time. It kind of steps back a little bit in a kind of a jerky motion. One of its clawed, like saber hands kind of hits the wall behind it. And we see like part of the stone of this wall kind of crumble in reaction to it. The wall's not falling down, but he's knocked into it pretty good. And Osric, around you, there's just a shifting of dust and sand. It's almost like nothing's moved in here for who knows how long, and suddenly things are moving now, and the stillness of this room is being disturbed. Is that it for you?
That's all I got.
All right, Silva.
I'm just gonna hop down and basically get next to Sten. Just realizing that last shot was kind of a more difficult shot, so I just want to get closer so I can actually get a cleaner shot.
Yep, that's your fast
And
action.
then for my slow, I actually have to reload the crossbow, so I'm like moving and like reloading the crossbow as I line up to form an arrow line with Sten.
So, Vasila, a half second ago, you were in the room with this thing. You've now pulled out. Anselm is literally trying to hide behind you, which is comical in and of itself. And Osric is doing Osric things. Silva's surprising you, it appears, a little bit. And Sten is firing shots at this thing. I don't think you see the light. I think that we've got too many things obscuring your view of what's happening in there right now if you're outside.
Yep. I'm going to pull out my sling and load it, which I think you said is a slow to like get all that done, right?
It'll be. I'm okay with you pulling it and
Alright.
arming it for a fast action.
Yeah, and then what is the penalty for shooting from where I am? Because it has short range base.
I'll give you a -1, and it has to do more with the people.
Yeah, just stuff in the way.
Yep.
All right. Take a throw.
This will be the one that does it.
Vasilla always finishes the monster. The stone goes flying. Let's see what it does against this armor.
Neffin.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
tings off of it. And one of the things that you're noticing is it's got articulate wings as well. They've kind of detached from the side of its body. And Osric, as you're looking at that, the edging on those wings looks to be just as sharp as these little forceps that it has.
Like fall back past the ruins.
Anselm is not
Lightning
near
bolt.
the runes,
Lightning bolt.
but Anselm backs away. He follows your instructions. He's getting
Makes good
like
sense.
behind the wagon. He wants none of this business. All right, Osric, what is going to be our reaction? Are we dodging?
I will dodge
Okay.
if I can, and it doesn't
Standing or
attack me again. I will take a standing dodge.
okay. All right, let's see what it does. So, oh God. So this guardian turns its head slowly towards one enemy in near range. That would be Osric. One round mechanical eye opens wide. Inside is a spinning brass lens that emits a faint red glow. For a moment, the target sees their reflection inside the lens. Then the machine releases a low, mechanical, and uncanny whisper. Intruder! This normally would be a fear attack as you stare into this thing, but it did no damage.
To be fair, that is pretty creepy and scary.
Two fear attacks on this robot chicken.
Oh my gosh!
All right, do we want to change the order? Or are we going
Oh.
right with Osric?
He's the one staring at the
Let
eye.
him
of
do
the,
Ugh.
And it's almost like a perfect mirror that you can just see in its big
Mhm.
hollow eye.
Well, that's awful. I think Osric is gonna yell, and I think even through like his deafened ears, he's yelling to like hear himself yell at this thing, and will try to swing at the exact same spot again at its neck and just lop that terrifying head that keeps throwing fear attacks at him off.
All right, so we're attacking with Heartscar.
Yes. Boy, it's tempting, Craig. You're tempting me.
For what it's worth, the sword doesn't seem to be reacting to this thing the way it does when you're
Yeah.
facing demons.
Right. All right, I'm on the bus. Those are the things. I get only one extra die. We're rolling the dice. Ugh.
2 damage.
Damage.
Where's
Do
the
I want to
bane?
spend the willpower? It is.
It's
where
on a
is
heart
it?
scar.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
That's its last thing too.
This is the last
Mm.
one, right?
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's not a heart scar. That's not true. It was on strength.
Oh, it is on strength.
Yeah.
That's also not. Actually, you know what?
That's some willpower right there.
Yeah, that is what that is. That's some willpower right there. We're gonna push this roll because I would really like this to not be here anymore. Even better. That one is.
Everybody wins.
And then I'll send one of those willpower to ignore its armor.
So this is going to do a considerable amount of damage.
3.
Not enough to take it down,
Wonderful.
but you're losing heart scar.
Yes.
So I would like to know what you think happens here.
I think that, the pushing of this is him literally just, hacking away at this thing. And I think because he's getting, frustrated, it like gets caught in like a joint somewhere, and Heartscar's not been at its best, and so I think like it catches, it sticks, and like the haft just snaps, and so
It takes it with it, I think, right?
Yeah,
It's just
like-
kind of broken in there.
like the head of the axe is maybe even stuck in there,
Yeah.
and so he's got like the rest of it, and it's now a problem.
Fast action.
I would like to save it because hopefully one of these attacks is not a fear attack, and I will dodge it.
Stan. You see the axe lodged into this thing.
Great.
It
Now
has-
I gotta aim on the axe.
It hasn't physically, it
It's an
hasn't
extra
physically
armor die.
attacked. It hasn't physically attacked Osric yet. That's good.
All right. Well, I'm scrabbling. I'm at the bottom of my quiver at this point.
Damn.
But I'm gonna try and see if I can take this thing down
What's your
before I
arrow die?
run out of arrows. Pardon?
What's your arrow die?
D6.
It started as a D12 in this.
Yeah, no, this was. I think the assumption is a lot of times he's able to recover his arrows, but these things are just getting grounded.
Just getting crushed. Yeah.
It's always when
alright.
it's some giant monster, right?
The arrow factory
Yeah,
is standing right next
Run
to it.
out
It's
of
fine.
arrows at a convenient point.
There you go.
Well, that may have been the last arrow, but I'm
That's my
ignoring the
mama.
armor.
You have the willpower,
I do, and I spent it.
and you still have arrows.
Yay.
Oh, it's so clean.
Describe it for me.
So I think the sort of haft of the axe is stuck in there, and there's some kind of flywheel or some of the thing that's just the handle is just going gigging, gigging, gigging. And I think there is just a moment where it goes up, gink, and there's just an opening under there that the arrow goes in through and just straight into the depths of this thing. And I have no idea what it hits, but it's something fundamental.
Yeah,
And
and it falls apart like it was barely held together. We just see metal pieces falling, and the legs crumple under it, and it almost cracks like an egg when it falls, and there's just metal now scattered all over this floor. And Vasilla, there's an iron like bowl that was in the center of this thing.
In the center of the bird monster.
Correct.
I just see it hitting on the ground going. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, 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 whoa.
I'm going to grab out a blanket or some kind of something.
Not touching it directly is the
Yes,
answer.
to just throw it over the bowl for now, and then me and my book are going to have a nice sit down, possibly with Mr. Anselm over there, and be like, "Is this safe to to pick up? Like, make sure it doesn't like try to knit itself together because there's songs about that. We might need to like, I don't know, whack it a couple more times if it's starting to do that."
I think we got 2 successes from Silva, so I don't think the book is going to be helpful here, but I do want to do something though to help hopefully get some insight here. Silva.
Yes.
If you want to give me whoever has the highest crafting can give me a crafting roll.
5.
Better than me.
Osric, you got anything?
I am at 6 currently with crafting.
Sounds like it's Osric.
I'm rolling crafting.
So Osric, you see Vasilla kind of throw this blanket over, and it kind of floats down. And when the blanket lands, it singes the top of the blanket as if it was like in a forge, right? That this was a hot iron. But when Vasilla says, I fear it'll knit itself together, I've heard those in the stories. You're looking at this thing, Osric, and you are very confident that this thing is not stitching itself together.
That's good. I think with that confidence, Osric will walk up and swear a little bit, like, damn it, and grab the axe head and wrench it free and tuck it in a bag.
Yeah, and you can see the scars on the axe head itself, where just the different metals scraped it and took it. This axe will remember this.
And like the light that was on is not on anymore. There's no light
sign of
coming from
anything
it.
that emits light.
And I presume the ticking is also gone.
No mas.
Okay.
What a curious effigy. Silver
They
looks
used to make such amazing things. Like when we went to the backside of the Eye of the Rose with all those like crazy death traps, and like this thing. What have we forgotten?
Had to be careful.
What do you think it was, Vasilla? Anselm says.
Well, it could have been. Clearly there's magics, but I think it might have just been like some combination of mechanical aptitude and magic put together, like a. You know the story of the old dwarf Thorum? And he like built this robot that could like walk and sing a song for his son, and it was like made everyone happy, but also was his defender. I think it's like that.
We're not like we don't have clockworks in.
You have never ever seen anything like this before. I think Vasilla might have heard of things. We just heard a tale that she taught, and that I don't know if you believed it until now.
Did not.
So Anselm says, wait a moment. And he goes back to the wagon to where his pack is, and he comes out with a pretty large parchment, and he lays it on the ground, and he hands you charcoal. He goes, I didn't see it. I need you to draw it. I need to know what it looked like.
Okay. Can we?
Oh, well, your memory's fresh.
Mike, are the ravens still here?
They are.
Yeah.
Great. I'm kicking its head.
Little one. And she's like trying to shove the charcoal into you.
Like,
I'm so glad that he thinks you can draw, because I'm pretty sure I cannot draw, and it would just be so much worse.
oh, I have a great memory, Anselm. No worries. I'll draw it later.
No, and he's now grabbing your sleeve if you're trying to walk away.
Yeah.
And he's trying to put the charcoal into your hand. Come down here. You'll forget the details, and we'll lose the documentation of this.
Are you going to try to make another one? Why do you need to know where the gear went?
Books don't write themselves, little one. They're documents created in the moments that ages later are read.
I mean, you're not wrong. The tales do get
he's
fuzzy.
being a little fucking aggressive. I'll be honest with you right now.
This guy, right?
like physically.
Yeah. I you know the part where we almost just died? I'll tell you in 5 minutes.
So, Craig, are there like pieces that are like whole enough to still be like could he draw the head like by looking at the head that's literally there? Can he draw like?
Yeah, I think the head. What's crazy about this thing is what bound it. Right? It when Sten's arrow went into this center where this light was, it was like if this was glued together, just all the pieces fell off.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see where the head fell, but it's all just pieces. like the shape is gone. It's all just these scraps and pieces of metal. And as you look at him, Osric, you realize felt like a patchwork, but you can tell this was every piece of metal here was deliberately crafted.
But like, it's not like identifiable as itself in any way. So you couldn't like
Anybody
say, "Oh, I'm
walking
going to
in-
draw the head, and I'll draw like the talon of the foot, and I'll draw these pieces and parts from." Okay.
Now, anybody
This
who
is
would
the
walk
worst
in here,
Lego set ever.
exactly. It looks like just pieces of metal all over the floor.
I'll look over and say, "Are you all right, Tosric?"
I'm fine. It barely laid a scratch on me, which is in fact true.
Only in your brain.
Only in my brain.
Perhaps it was made to function more like a scarecrow. Made a lot of loud noise, but trying to drive us away, but didn't make any aggressive movement.
Certainly seems like he could have heard if it wanted to.
Surely, but it seemed like the first attempts were merely to drive us off.
Had sabers for legs.
Yeah, it was built to cut
Yeah,
with those wings and
It was
everything.
made of blades, right?
Yeah.
Do we hear anything else from inside the tower?
No.
It is a big stone room, though, so like, if there was a ticking on the other side of the wall, we probably wouldn't hear it.
And it's obvious just how thick the walls are.
Silva, you happen to have any arrows for sale? I seem to be
Right.
running a bit low.
I look round back behind you, see your quiver. I'm like, how many arrows did you fire at that damn thing? And I
Almost
take
all
it
of them.
back down and pull it open.
And
Get a whole
remind
head
me, a
there. And,
pack of arrows just increases your die size? Is
Die
that
by
right?
one, yeah.
By one, okay.
I don't know.
I don't want to all
if
your
you wanna go
willpower.
above it. I don't know if you want to go above and beyond that, but if I spend 1 willpower, it's essentially 2 gold worth of arrows. So
Oh,
Is
geez.
that how it works, or is it an
An
thing
item up
that,
to
well, that I'm not
up
sure of.
to in value?
Yeah. It's.
So we'll have you look that up, Silva, while we.
yeah.
I think that's one I was never quite clear on. If it's like
Guess is it's 1 willpower per item, up to
Okay.
a gold worth.
well, my first willpower spend is worth 2 willpower. So.
Right. So it could be a really fancy
Yeah, it says
lot
an
of-
item.
of arrows.
All right. Then I'll spend 2 willpower to get you 2 die up.
Well, I
2
really
steps.
appreciate that.
So that goes D8
Goes to a D10.
D10.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Osric, what are we doing as the sheet is scorched but not on fire?
Huh. And so like it was, I think this is such a bad idea. I think that Osric will, like, having noted that happened, like I think he wants to like put his hand near it, like to see if it's like, can I feel that it's warm now, or is it cooling now? Like, is it generating heat?
So kind of put your hand down close to it. Is that what's
Close to,
happening?
yeah, like close to the blanket that's covering the bowl that is singed to the blanket due to its
Yeah, you can
temperature.
tell has stopped burning, but you can feel a warmth. Not enough warmth to have singed the way it has.
Okay.
So you no longer can smell the burning threads of the blanket. It is still warm. It appears to be cooling.
Okay. All right. Then I think I'm no longer interested in it. Like it's not a threat to me or us at this point. I think that is like, it's not it's not, cycling up is, I guess, as far as he's concerned. So I think the next thing Osric would be doing is moving towards essentially the platform / pillar that it was standing on, and the doorway, to give the pedestal a once over to see if there's anything else that could be a problem, and also to sort of start to listen at that doorway to see
Um,
if there's anything on the other side.
I'll take a craft roll from you.
Wow, I am good at it. It's a roll that I'm not comfortable pushing, Craig. I would like that willpower, but I would also really not like to be at 3 strength.
Fair.
Mm,
The old give and take.
yes. It's like, oh no, I would like to insight this with very poor stats.
Are we pushing?
No, I don't think he's pushing. I think that he's listening and looking, but not like not to the point where he's gonna injure himself in any way.
So with no successes, one, this platform that it was on, which is stone, appears by all measures to be solid, which makes it seem rather innocuous, I think, to you in the way you're looking at it right now. Looking at the door, this wood is rotten. You feel like if you were to touch it, it could just crumble. You can see where hinges were driven into the side of the entryway, into this whatever's behind it. Those have long fallen off. So you could easily push or grab a piece of this wood door and just take it out of here. It's difficult to tell like what's even holding it vertical.
Horrible magics.
What
It's a
did
wizard's
Aldrich
scholar.
study? What faction of magic?
He was a rune wizard, and I think he started to get into elementalism later on.
Right.
So some of this might look a little familiar.
Yeah, I'm like, I wish Aldrich was here. He would know what this was.
Yeah, he would have loved this.
I'll sit for a quick like minute, 2 minutes, and just like get the basic shape of the head and body, and then just like, the rest was gears, and there's wings and.
And are you doing this inside the room, outside where he laid it down initially? What are you?
Yeah,
gonna...
outside where, assuming that my friends are like taking their time, like poking around, I'm going to like.
Sounds like that's what they're doing.
Yeah. So since no one's injured, I'll stop and take care of the old man.
And Anselm is like going in there, grabbing pieces of metal, coming out. He goes, "Where do you think this piece was?"
That was the wing.
And he sends it down and he goes, draw it. And he runs back in. And so he keeps bringing these metal out. How about this?
I don't know, old man. I was busy running for my life.
Back inside.
Just so I know, where is everyone else still outside of this building besides me now?
I'd probably be inside. I don't want you there alone.
Okay.
So I think I'm in there with you guys too at that point.
Well, then I think I'm gonna push
Hand off some
open
arrows
this
instead.
door carefully.
Dun, dun, dun.
You know what? I think I'm gonna pull open this door carefully so that I don't like punk it over. I want to pull it this way so that I can like rest it down beside me, more silent like.
Yeah, it has no handle or anything, but there's large enough rot for you to kind of get a grip. The door's thick. And as you grab it, you can feel the rotting wood kind of crumble under your grip, but you get a good grip. And as you're pulling it, it's a bit heavier than it looked. Takes 2 hands, I think, and you grab it and you pull it, and the wood scrapes against the stone, and of course it's the wood that gives. You just see flecks of sawdust crumble down as you pull this out, and you see the other half of this tower with this 10-foot ceiling. But unlike the room where our friend was, this room has a large hole in the back in the ceiling. And instantly in your mind, Ostrich, you can imagine like curved wooden steps that might lead up to that hole in the ceiling that maybe are long gone at this point. The center of this room, though, has this enormous, long stonework table. And there is just shit all over this table. There are broken clay tablets, metal copper plating that has writing on it. And the walls, you can tell, were stonework shelving that maybe held books or scrolls or something. But I think the reason we don't see the wood staircase, I think the reason we don't see books and we don't see scrolls, you can almost still smell the ash. This room is black with soot and ash all over the floor. The shelves have piles of ash on them themselves. You can't, where you're standing, see what's etched on these broken clay tablets and copper, but you can see that they're full of words and symbols.
There's no movement from corners of the room or anything like that. No giant corresponding statue next to the
No.
doorway.
And there is some sunlight coming from that hole in the ceiling.
Okay. Vasilla, you'll want to see this, he calls out, and then sort of just kind of slowly creeps his way in.
I immediately stop what I'm doing.
Bring the master
like-
too. He might have some interest
Oh
here as
God!
well.
I thought.
We have to. What
It's
did
insane.
you, what
We'll
did you
keep-
find? You have to
We'll
finish
keep him
this.
occupied.
What is it?
Writings on tablets.
And
Yes, come.
he drops the metal and just starts heading in. He's like, screw the drawing. There's writing in here.
So go and look.
Yeah, and I think, like, while Vasilla can start to look and do Vasilla things, I think Osric will do Osric things, which is walking around this room and making sure that there's, like, not a place where someone could be hiding. Maybe, like, kind of looking up where the stairwell would be to see if there's anything we can see up there, those sorts of things.
All right, so a couple things. Unless somebody stops him, Master Anselm is going to immediately go to this table and start trying to piece together these clay tablets, read what's on these copper plating. It sounds like, Vasilla, you're doing much of the same. Whatever's better for you, insight or lore, he's going to go with lore.
I'm also going to go with lore.
He got a success.
Lore. Does the class work for that too? I'm going to eventually remember what it does instead of reading it every time. Scouting, lore, and performance, yes.
The perfect Vasilla necklace.
Oh yeah.
Holy Christmas. That's 3 successes.
Thanks, thanks, Pendant. You're the best.
4 successes between the two of you. I want to talk about what Silva, Sten, and Osric are finding, though, as they're kind of walking around. Let's have Sten find the first one of the rust symbols. And it's etched into the stone on the wall. And it's almost like a graffiti, right? So this was not a decoration. This was etched later.
So these. It looks like we know who burned all this stuff, and he kind of points at the wall in the room without touching it.
And you're finding him as well, Osric and Silva. How much time do we think we're going to spend here, Vasilla? Give me just a rough idea.
I think a
Too much.
chunk. So assuming that we're not in danger, I'm actually going to push my roll.
Oh,
If that's okay.
of
'Cause
course.
I think this is like
Please don't fall over.
So you
no
got
better. But
so 3 successes. Still 4 successes. It's exhausting.
yeah.
between the two of you, you get a lot. So Vasily, you find, as you piece together one of these clay tablets, an etching of armor. And the etching looks, and there seems to be notes written along the side of this armor being a burning armor held together by hate and magic. And it's the armor you saw back near Eye of the Rose. The exact same design.
The big walkie guy.
Yeah.
Does it say what it hates or just things?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But it does. You see notes saying that whoever this was, they were here in this study of demon and iron. They seem to believe that the Rust brothers did worship what this armor is or was. Some really odd things. One, you see some notation that whoever, again, whoever was studying here seems to think that you see a note that says the Rust priests follow rites nearly identical to the Alderland Raven sisters. And they feel like that the Church of Rust may have grew out of Raven traditions. There's a thing about how they abandoned balance but embraced decay. You see a mention with the armor of an iron spike, giving it its power. But where any more details after that are kind of broken or discarded, you can't really kind of piece it together. But I think as you're going through, Ansem at one point goes, they're not two different religions. They're born of the same. Look at this. And he's kind of pulling it out and he goes, see the similarities when they compared?
Yes. Two sides of the same coin, as all things are, good and bad.
I know we're seeing symbols of rust. But I must say that I would imagine there are Raven sisters that would never want this to be known.
Yes. People abandon their roots and their families sometimes.
Nobody hates somebody as much as their brother.
Craig, I have a question. So two of my successes came from the amulet. How does that like affect me? Is it like subtle that my attention just like catches a little better, a little quicker? Is it like a resonance, like a jolt of a memory that like pulls in? Is it more direct than that kind of like subtlety? How does she help me understand the lore?
Yeah. Let's think about here a little bit. Give me just a second.
Because I believe the gem in this one was female.
Iridine. Yeah. It's not that you hear her. I think it feels like she's looking over your shoulder. And it's not like you hear a voice in your head. But like there's like this and it's so hard to describe because it's not really, you don't see it, but it's this feeling of like a teacher running their finger along the words to help you read them.
Mm-hmm.
Like that somehow the class was teaching you this as much as you are taking this information in. There are moments when you realize that you have read something and understood it and then look at it again and go, I don't know this language. I don't know these symbols, but I understand what this says. Does that sound okay?
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I feel like in my head it's like your mom or like a teacher at a baking, like in the kitchen, is just like hand you like the spatula when it's time, or like just like moves your hand a little bit different. But it's not like as physical as that, but like that kind of shadowy, like not shadowy, but just like maybe like the small sound like when you're going by, and you can like tell when someone's like, that was the thing that you need to pay attention to. Yeah, I like that.
You can tell that this is definitely engulfed in fire, this entire thing, and these clay tablets were broken. They didn't fall. And you can see where there's attempts to twist the metal of these copper plates where things were also etched, but it looks like they were pretty unsuccessful. And through the hole above you, you see a little bit of sunlight coming through. Not enough sunlight that you believe that it's completely open to the sky above you.
And it's up there, right? It's like we couldn't just like put me, like Oscar couldn't like hold me up and I could get up there.
Sure. Yep. And I'm sure as you and Aslan are doing this, of course, we've got Sten, Silva, and Osric wandering around. So you guys would have looked up at that hole, through that hole. You can see it continues up. So there's another floor above and then another hole above. So the sunlight is coming through that ceiling into this ceiling, which is why it's partially obscured. It's very obvious, Sten, Silva, and Osric, that whatever fire was set here obviously extended above as well.
Sten, would you go stand on the wagon and just keep eyes out? I suddenly have the feeling that Iron might be looking at us. They've left spies behind.
All right. And I'll go out and keep an eye out.
There's more birds.
Great.
And I will kind of, when I see that, I'll kind of go to the door and just call in. There's more of them ravens around.
All right. How big are these metal plates and tablets that are together?
They're of various sizes. It looks like that they were all cut to be approximately the same size. So the one that's most intact, least damage that you find, imagine it like a legal size pad. They were built to do this, to record.
If you can get me up there, I'd like to go take a quick look, but I don't know if I can get up there.
And so, Craig, did you say that you think that Osric could in fact hoist her up there, or could not hoist her up there?
You could definitely hoist her up there. The ceiling it's like about a 10-foot ceiling, so you could lift her up and she could get her hands on the edge and then lift herself up and get up there. No question.
I don't love that idea.
Alone by herself up there, it'd be easy to do.
Yeah, that's does the table look like it could be moved?
No. God, no.
Okay.
It's a big stone table, right?
Yeah.
It is a big stone table, but I'm a big strong guy, and you're a big strong gal.
Yeah. It's at least 15
strong.
feet long and almost takes up the width of this.
Yeah, that's going to be absurdly heavy.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, but I will tell you, because again, we don't have anything here, right? There's time doesn't seem to be a factor outside of the fact that you're
the encroaching ravens.
Yeah.
I've seen this movie, Craig. It doesn't end well.
There would no rolls or anything needed, enough time and effort. You guys, there's enough footholds and handles. You all could climb the side of the wall to get up there.
Okay. This seems.
As I say, I've also got rope out in the wagon that we could also use to make this process a little better.
Sure.
So I think Silva would head up back to the cart, grab a rope, nod to Sten, head back in.
So
I want
I
a
think-
quick scouting roll from Sten, I think.
Okay. That makes sense.
If Sten is outside.
Okay. Sten is outside.
Make sure you take your great helm off.
Never worn one of them things in my life.
You want an eyeglass?
Not that it helps. Let's
You
see,
forgot
that
the
is
spyglass.
on
You did
wits.
forget the spyglass.
You know what? Sure, I'll push it.
These damn birds are
Birds.
really distracting.
Just goddamn birds all the time.
You would swear that for a brief moment you saw something on the horizon. And when you kind of stepped forward to really focus on it, you question yourself. Was it a rock? Was it a shadow? But it caused you to bristle a bit.
In the time where Silva is going to get rope, because I think we're not going to hoist Vasilla until we're all at least ready to start to go up there. That's just not where we're at in our lives.
Be that long.
But well, no, like if we don't have a plan and an approach, I don't think I'm doing it. So, but while we're waiting for all of those things to get together, I think Osric is going to spend some time defacing these Rust Brothers symbols that are strewn about this room. So, I don't know. I have an axe and an axe head,
Yeah,
and just
and
to
an other
scratch
rock
out
and
the
rubble.
things.
would-
Yeah. So that there are no like forward-facing Rust Brothers symbols that aren't at least
Understood.
marred.
This is unbelievable, little one.
Start taking it to the wagon. We'll study it later. We have to go.
And he does. He starts stacking this up and he goes, I could spend days here.
Yes, I know. I know.
I love that, like, somehow Sten's not in the room, but also heard that.
I think when he comes out with like a handful of these iron plates or whatever, Sten, like, isn't even looking at him. He's just kind of staring off on the horizon. When he gets over there and he puts them in the way, he's like, "You see anything over there?"
Ooh, I like that. Let's have Anselm do a quick scouting.
If he
roll.
succeeds in scouting where I failed, I'm.
We're gonna find a
Oh,
Is he gonna push?
He's got old man eyes.
So-
nope.
He's looking and he goes, Where's the woman's eyeglass?
I don't know. Is it in the wagon or do you have it on you?
I think it's in the wagon.
Okay.
Uh,
So he's
oh,
gonna use
yeah.
that to use that to push.
Oh, okay.
It is
Don't
in
do
fact
that.
in the
I think
wagon.
he's gonna fall over.
Ah!
At least he didn't hurt the eyeglass.
Puts it right at the sun.
Maybe if the sun was out, if it was brighter, I no. Do you sometimes see like floating things as you've gotten older with your eyes?
Yeah.
It's not what it used to be.
Demons, probably.
The demons of the eyes, what they're well known as.
But actually, now that he's reminded me about the spyglass, I'll probably, periodically use that to scan the area.
Sure. And we're not going to keep re-rolling, right?
Sure.
I think
I
you
had my
felt
shot.
you saw something.
Mhm.
This wasn't a shadow. This wasn't a figment, but no idea what it was.
I'm just going to keep an eye in that direction. So if
Understood.
it comes over a hill or something, I'll
Got it.
know.
Got it.
Osric, pick me up, buddy. Come on.
Once Silva's back with some rope, we'll do this.
You haven't put her up there yet? And I step into the room.
No,
Not
he's
that
being
heavy.
he's being more worrisome than my old aunt.
Come on now, let's get her up there.
All right. Well, then we'll start the hoisting. We'll make sure that Vasilla has the rope and can hopefully tie it off or something, and not just drop it and leave us there.
So you get Vasilla up there with a rope. Don't have the lantern with you. I don't think we can do all of those things. You see up here that the burning definitely continued. And
It could actually. I think since seeing her go up there, I think Silva would essentially take out Clay's guardian and hook the lantern onto like the crescent end and reach it up there for her.
excellent. Yeah. And so Vasilla, you grab that, and where there was before the walls were carved obvious shelves, it seems that the walls here are more like racks. There's holes bored to maybe store like scrolls. But even more ash is on the ground. In the center of this room where the table was below you, and this room takes up the entire length and width.
Okay.
There's a large circle that's etched into the stone and filled with metal. So you can tell that these patterns in this circle were carved into the stone that looks like filled with what appears to be iron. And equidistant, there looks to be about 14 copper rods that are staked vertically in this circle. And some of them are bent, some of them are snapped, some of them are intact. They look to be about 1.5 feet tall when they are intact, but some of them are bent and some of them are broken. And you see like a small pedestal, a stone pedestal, and there's an iron spike laid on that pedestal that doesn't look exactly like the one that was talked about tied to this armor, but similar.
Oh, Sten's not gonna like this at all.
What gave it away?
What's that, Vasilla?
We're moving our way up there, right? Like that's
There's a circle with an iron spike stuck in the middle of what looks like some kind of ceremonial thing. Like, you know, the old wedding pavilion?
It's
back
laid
in
on there,
Oakenheart?
Vasilla. It's not in there. It's
Yeah.
just like someone just took this iron spike and laid it on this pedestal.
Yeah.
and the pedestal's in the middle of the circle.
It's right at the edge with 2 copper rods on either side of it.
Okay, so it's on one of the sides of the circle.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know the old wedding pavilion back in Oakenheart?
No.
Oh right. Anyway, it's like that.
I see.
Silver and Ostrich together climbing and so on and so forth. We're working our way up there as well. Sten? Staying outside?
Keep my eyes out. Yeah. I
Yeah.
was
And
asked-
Master Anslim is not going to do what you guys are doing. I'm good down here. I have much more
just
to
pouring
gather
over
and read.
the
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. That seems like
So,
a better place.
so
for
were
him.
those things saying that big metal guy was like the bird? It had a hot bowl in it and was all machines?
No. What you were read, Vasilla,
No,
was
I'm asking Anselm.
Oh, Anselm. So Anselm
Mhm.
says, I think the little one spent more time with it, but no, it is not a clockwork. It's a bound something. And knowing Rust Brothers, I would imagine it's demonic of some
Yeah.
sort.
Yeah, likely.
But I think they worship it.
Doesn't
And
surprise me.
and I think the church knows its origin, but I need to go back in there. I need to go back in there.
All right.
I think they were trying to make another armor.
Yeah, that seems possible. Certainly some sort of.
So when we saw the demon ceremony in the last retreat, did it have a similar? Because like he was up at the front, like the guy who turned into a demon and ate the kids, right? Was like a similar kind of like setup, at like obviously less ostentatious as this. No, it was just like a dude in front of like a congregation eating kids. Okay,
as they want to do.
Yeah, that happens. I wish Aldrich was here. I get Anselm to get us a piece of paper.
This you're gonna draw.
Correct.
Paper and chalk are passed up to you.
I will in fact draw the actual like setup here.
So Vasilla's on the floor. I'm imagining and kind of like looking up, sketching and drawing, staying outside of the circle, I would assume as well. Osric and Silva, you're up there. You're seeing what I described.
Nothing, no tablety things, nothing of that nature around this room. I think Osric will once again do sort of a perimeter walk. I think being a little more like additionally cautious, just because I feel like the floor might not be the most stable place in this old place, but and walking around and checking up the upstairs again to see if if there's anything we can see, if there's like yet another level, if
Vasilla starts sketching. Osric and Silva, you're walking around, and let's have you, Osric, get close enough to this pedestal to recognize that there is writing etched on the flat of the stone, but above where the spike is laid.
So like the stone is like there's a stone, there's a spike, and like above it on the wall?
No,
like
so this is a freestanding pedestal that's about as tall as Vasilla. And it's the circumference of it is I mean, you could almost put your hand around it to touch your fingers together. So it's not very big. This iron spike is 5 inches maybe long, and looks functional. Looks like a spike, that a woodcrafter might use. And etched in, like engraved above it, is
like around the edge of the top of the pillar
lettering, and you don't see it unless you get up there, right? You can see.
Okay. Last, while you're drawing, there's something here as well. But doesn't, like, I'm not gonna stop and try to read it because
I'm gonna. Silva, could you finish? You have a good free hand.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Oscar, could you pick me up?
What, am I picking you up to take you up to the next floor?
No, I just can't see the top of the pedestal. It's my
right like at her eye level.
Of course.
Gary tippies.
Tippy toes. Yeah. Osric will give you a boost.
And I'll try to read it.
Same language that was above the door. And you read it to yourself, and it loosely translates as iron contains them. And as the translation finishes in your head, as you're reading to yourself, there's something else there in your head that's asking you something. Do you want to meet your brother? Let's go to break. It was in your head, but it was not your voice.
Yes, I would. I will say out loud.
Oh no.
Are you all right,
What's
Lass?
Priscilla?
You say it out loud.
Yeah.
So Silva, Stan, you hear that, or Osric and
I
Silva,
don't.
you hear this.
Yeah. What was that, Priscilla?
I said yes, I would. I think the Iron Spike asked me a question.
Oh,
Mm,
that's interesting.
Can you do that, Spike?
Touch me.
okay.
I don't think that would go well with Sten.
Sten's not here.
Are you all right, Lass?
Yeah. Maybe put me down for a second.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Let's do that. That's probably far enough away.
Osric, back in Oakenheart, there was a young boy that really looked up to you. His father was a farmer, a very simple man. He wanted to be part of the Oakenheart Guard. You would catch him when he was young, watching you practice your sword work. And I think at one point you might have committed to him that you would show him some things. And the father was not okay with that, and forbade him to spend any time with you. And instinctively, it's who the voice is talking about. So even though the voice says, you know, he has died, you just know who he's talking about, even though no name is given.
It's not coming from this thing specifically.
It is in your head. Like it doesn't even feel like it doesn't feel like you're hearing it.
Mhm.
It's almost like you're thinking it.
I think Osric's going to just try to ignore it and not do anything at this point.
Hey, pick me back up. I need to ask him about my brother.
I think you could ask from there.
Hey, Spike, do you hear me?
Silva.
Mhm.
Much in the way I described to Osric what Osric felt as much as he heard and understood the context completely. The same is true of you. I know, and I will tell them. You know exactly what it is referring to. And the idea that anybody would be told, let alone these new friends that you have risked life and limb with, would be told this, scares you more than the voice. Can Can I get 3 wits rolls?
Sure. Just raw wits.
Raw wits.
Cool.
Sure am glad I'm outside.
That's right. You'll be first to be attacked by whatever's over the hill.
Also, yes.
So at a meta level, everybody's going to take 1 wits damage unless they get a success. So I will let you decide. A push makes sense to me here as part of a resistance.
Yeah.
Sure. Can't get any. I could just fall over.
I will also.
Yeah, why not?
Nice, Osric.
That'll knock me out. FYI.
What?
So that's going to break you.
Me?
Wait,
No, I think
How-
it breaks Vasilla.
It breaks.
you
it-
still have
yeah.
the other die, right?
You don't get to. One was a Bane. He doesn't get to re-roll the Bane.
So
Right.
I was 0 for 2, and then I pushed and went 0 for 2 again, but with a Bane this time.
Right. But you didn't go 2 Banes, so you should still. Oh, it's
1 Bane plus the
Then I
damage.
then I take the damage.
Oh, yeah.
Then you
right,
take
damn
the damage because you did not get a success. Got it.
Yeah.
The damage will break you, not the
Gosh.
roll.
All right. So Vasilla. This breaks you. And just like it says, I think you guys can see it, right?
Yeah.
You're awake, but effectively unresponsive. And that's going to last until the 3rd quarter of the next day.
Okay.
And what the two of you see is Vasilla just, well, you tell them what they see. You don't need me to do that.
So I was like standing right next to you in the pillar, and I was like, "Hey, pick me up," and it was like, "Hey, do you hear me?" And then all of a sudden, like, I think I just like literally just sit, like out of nowhere, like not sit like controlled, like sack of potatoes like flop, but not like onto my side. I was just like sit, like just flop, and just all of a sudden eyes blank, kind of roll up into my head. Like I'm not even like singing to myself. Like you've seen me kind of do this before when like off in my own head and I'm like singing a little tune to myself, but this is like not even that. It's probably creepy as hell.
Probably creepy as hell. Yes, like it's like I imagine that, like even when Basilla's idling, like there's always like sound.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like she's always making a sound, and like she's not making a sound, and that is like very, very strange.
Yeah. I'm actually still and quiet. Yeah.
And the two of you heard Vasilla talking to something. Reference the spike, I believe. Both Osric and Silva, you heard something or felt something.
Mhm.
I think you logically tie
Right.
that maybe Vasilla experienced something as well. I don't know if you assume that the other between the two of you did as well.
I think maybe upon inspection, like upon like introspection about it, but I think maybe in the moment I kind of don't consider that possibility. I think in the moment, because I took 2 damage from my push, so I think Silva kind of blanches for a minute, and then like hearing Vasilla go quiet, kind of shakes out of it, straightens up, and I'd like to try something. I want to use, if it's relevant, my Path of Lies. I want to spend a willpower to determine if this NPC is lying.
Oh.
Neato.
I don't get like any direct details, but I get to know if they are lying or not.
Spend the willpower.
Sure. Yep.
Sten, Master Aslan comes out and says, and he's got another stack of like clay tablet pieces and things like that. You could help.
I'm keeping watch.
And he's looking at, for what?
There was something over there.
Old man, you're seeing things. There's nothing out there.
Another bird.
Maybe.
Another raven lands on the wagon.
Maybe.
God damn it.
And he just unloads
Mhm.
back into the wagon. And he starts walking back empty-handed to go back inside. And he kind of gives you the, you coming with me look?
I'm looking over there. I don't
He's
even
giving
see
the
his
cold
look.
shoulder.
He's like, no, thank you, Spike Monster.
Super
gonna
dramatic,
stay
kind of
here.
stomps back inside.
Uh-huh. I can hear the eye roll as he goes.
Yes.
It's like a teenager.
This
What
guy.
a diva.
Back to Ostrich and Silver.
So I think like Vasila's absolute silence is, Osric sort of shakes himself after this because he, in fact, with his push, took no damage and also didn't get a bane, which is amazing. So I think like this didn't, it's definitely affecting, but I think he's sort of been steeling himself to this kind of thing. I think it's almost of a similar vein to the flute, right? These are, even though it's a different thing, it's like this mental push against what he wants to happen, and that's not, and he's just lucky, really, more than anything. And I think he immediately grabs Vasila and shakes her and says, Lass, are you all right? And when she doesn't respond, I think he's gonna be ready to leave. And say, Silva, I don't think we should stay here. There's nothing that we can learn that's this important. And we'll hoist Vasila up over his shoulder and begin to head towards the floor doorway down.
Silva,
Yes.
what are you going to do?
Did I get any insight into?
Oh, I'm sorry. You spent the willpower.
Yes.
This thing is telling the truth.
I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
It makes it worse.
You made me start.
Ooh, that is awful. I think I like that worse than if you told me it was lying.
Yeah, it's definitely worse.
Yeah, I think that almost shakes her just as much, and she.
You took some serious wits damage.
Yeah, yes, Ostrich, let's get Vasila and let's move on. Best not meddle in what not needs meddling in.
So I think like how we're gonna manage this in my mind is that you're gonna go down the hole, then I'm gonna drop Vasila to you, and
Huh.
then I'll leave, presuming that no horrible spike things happen in the interim while I'm further away from it.
So, Sylvia, you kind of work your way down back to the room with the table. Master goes, what did you find up there? Are there more of these? And you can just see him kind of like gesturing.
No, just burnt books and lost memories.
Any writings? Anything survived this fire?
Some more runes. I believe our dear Vasila got a few notes down.
I'll talk to her about it.
I think she's worn herself out a little bit. Best give her some time.
You lower Vasila down, Ostrich, and let let's cut to Silva, Osric stepping outside and seeing Sten watching the horizons.
Just so that I don't leave it, I know that there was a piece of paper that Vasilla was drawing the circle on.
Yep.
And I don't, if Silva doesn't have it, if it's like left to the side, I want to make sure that
Yeah, one of us would have recovered that.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're right. There was definitely something out here.
That's
Something-
best we get moving.
Something's wrong with Vasilla.
And Sten like immediately jumps down and goes over to her. What happened?
I heard voices. She fell over. And I think like I'm trying to look through like Vasilla's bags of stuff to see if I can find like something that she would give me in this situation. Like a salve or a something that would anything like that is what I'm
Smelling
looking for.
salts kind of a thing.
Yeah, whatever, like something that she would have given me in this situation, and so I might know what it looks like, but I'm just going to be rooting through her bags.
Yeah, I'm probably
Trying
like
to find
feeling
it.
around like on the back of her head. Does she feel like there's a concussion or anything like that?
Physically, nothing, right? Give me a healing roll, Osric.
Oh, that should go well. Cool. I'm going to push this roll.
Hell yeah.
Super cool.
So
It's exactly what I expected to happen.
a lot of weird smelling stuff that you recognize, stuff you don't recognize, stuff that
Probably is tea.
that's dry, other stuff that's oily. You feel like you've maybe seen a tenth of what's she's got in her pack here. But you can't make heads or tail of it. You don't know what she would do.
That's really frustrating.
Unless you think there's anything here that's going to help her, I vote we get out of here.
I think space will be the best thing for all of us.
Yeah.
All right. And I'll load her up into the wagon somewhere that she can lay flat.
Yeah,
Be
put her in a
comfortable.
bedroll or something. Yeah.
Master's still in the tower.
Of course he is, Craig.
Well, let's go.
Sure. I'll head in and I'll say, Master, we're leaving. Gather
No,
the last
no,
load.
no, 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 no. No, I haven't even gone upstairs yet.
There's something wrong here.
Yes,
we're
it's
not
all been
safe.
burned. But there's still I haven't even look how much is well, there's more room in the wagon.
Gather what you can. This is the last trip we're taking into this tower.
No. We have to stay. We have to stay.
Uh,
Let's camp outside.
We won't camp here.
I'll help.
this
I'll
place-
help the old man build the fire. I'll put the camp together. It's really unclear at this point. Just so you guys know, either he likes to call you with these references, the little one, the old man, the sword guy, or he's forgotten your names. It's
That
not
sounds
real.
right.
I forget his name all the time too, so it's totally fair. We just
Can-
met that one
can-
time.
Can we hear him from outside, or is he too far away?
Probably too far away if you're outside by the wagon.
Okay. Yeah, I think Silva's just getting the cart ready, getting Thundercloud ready, and making
Yep.
sure Vasilla's comfortable. Vasilla, Stan, like this, Silva is like clearly shaken, like pale.
Yeah, I think Osric's not having this conversation. Like this is it. We are when you walk out of this tower, we are leaving. And if you walk back in, that's okay. But we aren't going to stay here.
I showed you where the veil is. On the map.
Yes, and I appreciate that, but we will not stay here.
But after the veil, will you come back this way? You're not even in the room, so.
Oh no, I want to yell so many mean things at this old man.
You know what?
I feel like Stan
I
right
think
now.
Osric will give him this like a half-hearted sure and turn around, because like I don't even know that I believe it. You know, like I don't believe it, but it's just enough to say, you know what? Sure, we'll do that.
I'll follow you out. I'll get my stuff. And he follows you out. He goes to the wagon, and Silva, what you and Sten see is him kind of grabbing his pack and kind of unloading not only the pack, but he's also unloading the stuff that he loaded, the clay tablets, the copper.
You mean to stay here, Master Anselm?
Yes, I can sleep in there and get everything caught up and think about how much I'm going to be able to explain when you come back.
You have food? You have water?
I do not.
Then you better come with us unless you feel like eating clay tablets.
I would like a manipulation roll from Mr. Charming, please.
Oh, yes. This is my area of expertise.
You have no idea how much I want to just use threatening right now.
I mean, don't let me hold you back.
Sure. Why not? Can I do that? Can I say just get in the... No, I don't...
Tell me what threatening is.
You know what? I don't feel like Osric would do that.
I think Silva again still has words for it. Just if you're going to stay here, you're more a fool than you look. There are dangerous things, and your best chance at surviving them are driving away on a cart immediately.
All right, between the two of you, who has the best manipulation?
Hi.
Wait. Who could
I also insulted him, so I get a +1 for my sharp tongue talent.
Thanks.
I'm not having it with this old man.
Uh,
He's making me mad. I'm definitely gonna push that.
Jeez.
I want to make myself.
Oh,
I guess I just don't care.
So he looks at you, and you've never been like, this is a part of you he's never seen in the short time that he's known you.
Yeah, she's only been pleasant, and now she is sharp.
I lived well before the orcs found me. I survived years in that camp. I can survive a little tower. And turns to you, Stan, and I'll find my own water and food. But there's too much knowledge here.
well, the good news is it'll be around your body when we get back. Come on, let's go.
Silva is going to reach into her bag, pull out like essentially a die worth of ration of food and a water skin of water, and just toss it on the ground to him and die a fool's death. Then
Don't even encourage him.
I just want you to roll. You don't drop the die, but roll one of each, please.
plenty of water.
Okay, your food die will drop.
Less food.
It's gonna be fine.
So we're packing up.
We're
yeah.
we're packing out. Like I think we were packed. Like we didn't unpack, but so yeah, I think we're heading out.
All right. So we've got one more hex available to us this quarter day.
Yeah, let's cover some ground before we make camp.
Southwest?
Southwest.
Or were we going to try to hit
south?
the river?
Oh, that's right. We were going to follow the river. Yeah, southwest is probably our best bet. Good call.
Southwest.
Although- Yeah, we're going to
Yeah,
try to
we
cut
wanted
straight to
to-
where it
we-
comes back
Our map
around.
shows the river kind of curving up and around and back down
Mhm.
on this line. So we're hoping that we're going to go straight and miss like a
Need it.
little divot of river.
All right, so let's make our rolls. Start with make way.
All right, I will lead the way.
Lead the way. I don't know
That's
why
not
I
the
can't
thing I
get
wanted
that
to-
right every time.
It's
I say
all good.
something.
We knew what you meant. Let me see. I
I
don't
guess I'll be scouting.
have anything that adds that. Okay, yeah.
Woof.
Well, I might not be great at scouting either right now.
Look, everybody's a little bit stressed right now. I'm just going to spend a willpower to do that.
Okay.
How's your
spyglass.
scouting us, Rick, right now?
I have 3 dice in it now.
That is more than me right now. You have +1 with the spyglass.
Right. Look
So
at
add
that.
add a gear die.
All right, let me.
Silva is just driving the cart.
Channel.
I think
Slide up
she's
to
muttering
block.
about Anselm the whole time. Like,
Click on
bastard's gonna get himself killed or possessed by a demon, I swear.
much. Obviously, taking off the great helm, adding a gear die.
Mm-hmm.
This seems important.
Everything just fell apart.
Yeah,
Oh, there we
oh my
go.
God! Damn! Whoa! Hey, turn it around. Even over there.
Super important role.
Ostrich sees the future.
He turns around and sees Anselm die to the demon spike.
Oh, all right. I have a roll to do.
There's another wizard's tower.
No!
It's the same wizard's tower.
Oh,
that
no.
that'd be good. That
So
would
it's
be
Groundhog Day. Again.
Four successes on a scouting roll, those should be public dice. I'm just saying.
What will that number mean? It was a 3. Now what?
Wait a
I
second.
assume the chart would throw the thing up there.
Hold
if it was-
on. I rolled the wrong thing.
Wow. This is amateur hour, Craig.
Big time.
Only episode 50. Come on.
Okay. Let's go to credits.
Ah.
Broken hearts embrace the king, a band of heroes bold, stand the hunter Vasilfair, with tales of glory told, Osric with his mighty blade, Rustbite of demonic hue, and Silver half-elf merchant king, their journey did ensue. Silver trades and secrets hold a smile upon her face, while Osric swings his fearsome sword in battle's fierce embrace. Through Raven's land they wander in search of ancient stones, to free the land from darkness where evil's a terror roams, with courage as their banner and hearts forever true.
It's not so tall that you couldn't reach it, but
All right, we're back. My only regret is that Sten wasn't in the room.
Oh God.
No, it's really
Oh.
probably best.
I really wanted to talk to you, Sten. Woo, I think I need to start with you, Dave, even before we get to the thoughts, stars, and wishes. Are you okay?
Yeah.
As a player.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
good. Makes me happy.
So yeah, let's hear stars and wishes. When were you
Uh,
most here in the game?
Yeah, I think it was probably got to be the temptation, right? Yeah, it was the temptation, right? Because like it's your dark secret, which is a cool part of the game system, is that you have like a dark secret that's like codified. So I was like, well, kind of want to give in because and I was like playing like, oh, I have 2 wits out of my 4 wits, like, maybe like I'll grab it if he picks me back up, and then yeah. But I think it's the first time I've gone down too, so that was I don't know
That's
that
the first
broken
time
like
you were broken. No
I
shit.
think so. I think I've
Oh,
avoided
wow.
even with my 2 strength to date.
Wow.
So yeah, what a 50th episode.
We finally got her.
I did enjoy the final have to do with Master Anselm too. Like maybe not the final, but like I
Yeah.
think right because you've been pushing him being a jerk face, and we're like, and I think it made sense that my friends were like, get fucked, like, so I enjoyed that a lot too. In particular, I think like I enjoy Jim's play of Osric being like not tilted, but
Mhm.
hard to choose between the two things he wants to do. I think like often comes through. Like Osric to me is very like I get the feeling that he's very in his head about these things, which is cool. So I'd give it to Jim, I guess. And then as far as what we're doing, like I still love lore dumps. Like I like getting the little bits and pieces of what's going on while we're like advancing. So I'm just excited about like the going back to the basic premise of the game, and we're exploring, and the
Yeah.
exploring is fun. So
Jim.
Oh, so I think the thing I really, the moment where I was there was the Vasilla investigations, even in the early parts where before the bird and stuff like that. I think were very cool. I also enjoyed taking a moment to Scar Rust things. I think that was a very cool little touch point where that was there. Nate's silver reactions or Nate's non-silver reactions are always amazing. And I appreciate that Silva got to do what I don't think Osric could do at that point for Master Azelin, so I think that was super cool. Mage Tower. At least very, very scary. There was a point.
Real quick though, like, so I designed this clockwork thing, right? And I created 6 random attacks for it. 2 of them attacked wits, 4 of them were slicing dice. You guys rolled. I rolled wits both times, and then
They really didn't want to hurt us.
I know. And then the wits thing upstairs. I'm like, good God, it's like the wizard's towers after them.
Yeah, the bird monster was awesome.
yeah, it was cool.
That was super cool. There was a point in the back of my head where I was like, I want to make sure to remember to check the bowl, because like if anything in what we just went through is a piece of treasure, it's that bowl. And I was like, okay, I'll make sure. I don't want to touch it now. It's still hot. I'm gonna leave it there. We'll get it on the way out. And like as we had, like after we left, when we left the hex, I was like, oh shit, we forgot the bowl. And like it wasn't
like
important.
Yeah, I believe it too.
Like there was a point where I was like, oh, I got to make sure that I remember. Vasilla will remember but Vasilla couldn't remember, so now the bowl is gone.
You're shook.
And everybody else taking all that wits damage was kind of crazy. And I think it's interesting to me that Osric has very low stats in empathy and wits. And the low empathy helps him in the case of the flute. Like low wits did not help me here. I just got super duper lucky. But I think that like in these situations, it feels like Osric has some level of resistance to these things.
Mm-hmm.
Even though like statistically he does not.
Both things can be true, right?
Yeah. Like
there could
like
be...
when you look at he's just super lucky and against these kinds of things.
There's a reason he
So,
thinks that.
yeah. And so it's interesting because I'm sure in his mind he's like, I'm good at this, right? Like, yeah,
Yeah,
these
got
things don't get me, but
Yeah.
like on the sheet, that is just not true. And it is like it's terrifying for me every time I have to do that because it's like, oh, I'm very bad at this.
So what are you wishing for?
I am wishing for Vasilla to wake back up. That's and then, I know that that's going to happen in a whole day, which is like a long time.
And looking at it, that could have been like 6 days. That was a
Yeah.
D6 days
Woo!
of catatonia.
Yeah,
That
so like
would
that's
be-
crazy.
that's us parking for a week.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to like like Dave said, the Lord Umps are super awesome, and the idea that Rust and Ravens are the same thing is super interesting to be able to explore. I at one point I thought, well, maybe like the tower was misquoted, and so when it said of iron, it could have been of rust. Like you could imagine that Old English for iron is Old English for rust, and it's close enough. But I haven't read this word before, but so that was one thought, and then of course there were the Rust Brothers defaced it, so it seemed like then it was like, oh, maybe it's not like it's not rust, so maybe it's anti-rust, which is good in my mind. But now it's also still terrible. Like what does that say about what I think about Rust Brothers? Like maybe we're wrong, even though
Possible.
I mean obviously you'd never be able to convince Vasilla of that, but like Osric also has this whole rust bite thing going where like this sword is very rusty, and it's also quite handy. So it's an interesting point to begin to have to struggle with a bit more. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what's in the next couple hexes.
Nate.
Yeah, it's a simple, silly little thing, but every time you went back and said there was just a couple more ravens, every time it just added another light. It's that invisible timer of just like is very Kubrick,
Very
Just keep
Kubrick.
seeing more
Nice.
freaking birds. It's like when is this all gonna come toppling down? And I mean, it kind of did. I mean, Wizard's Tower, without really injuring us, really did kind of take its lumps. Like the axe is broken, the Vasilla's down.
The minstrel's broken.
Yeah.
We told our scholar to fuck off. Like somebody.
I
did
thought he
that.
was coming with us. I was like, oh, okay, we convinced him, and I was like, okay, sure. He's like, you'll come back. So I was like, yeah, we'll bring you back. And he's like, no, you'll come back so you can get me. And I was like, oh,
I could feel that he was gonna try to fight to stay.
That was a call on my part. Like I was trying to put myself in him, and I just think like this is it for him. Like
Yeah,
holy
obsession
shit.
is a horrible thing.
Yeah, like he read everything in that library over the years twice, and now he has a whole new thing.
yeah.
And I just I'm like I don't think he wants to leave here. And that's not even getting into whether there was an influence there. I didn't even think about that until just now. Like,
Yeah, I started to think about that too, and I'm like,
I don't even know that there needed to be, but
I don't think there did either. I don't. And
Yeah.
had you guys made the manipulation roll, he would have gotten into the wagon. He would have been even more frustrating and pissed off.
of course.
But so I wasn't. I was gonna let the dice decide it. But what are we wishing for, Nate?
I'm actually really kind of looking forward to just resolving this, like, working on getting Vasilla back up and kind of talking about what we just experienced, because we didn't get it. We haven't had, obviously didn't have enough time to actually like, especially fill Sten back in and like what we do. Like we just came back out of the tower, like we gotta go. We're leaving.
Yeah,
now.
Vasilla's broken. We're leaving. Yeah.
We're getting in the car. We are getting out of here. No questions. And
Yeah.
Sten's just like, yep, ride or die. Let's go.
I cannot wait to see Vasilla on the other side of this. I think Dave has some thinking to do to figure out who Vasilla is. How about for you, Brian?
Oh gosh. I think, we've talked before about how the dice are telling a story in this game. And my absolute favorite part where everything felt right was when we were all, we were being good players and saying, all right, come on, old man, let's get out of here. It's dangerous to come back. And every one of the dice roll was telling us, look, you guys have just been through some shit. And everybody's like, you know what? Fine. You want to stay here? Fine. I don't care. Take your stupid stuff and go. And it was just, I could see it
Get out of my cart.
perfectly the way these characters, because we're all angry and scared and just, you know what? Fine. Screw it. So that was beautiful. That felt just absolutely right for me. On the one hand, it would have been interesting if Sten was inside, but honestly, being out there, keeping an eye, especially with the Ravens coming and the glimpse of something on the horizon, that is what Sten would have done.
Oh,
So
I believed that.
it's
choice.
almost certainly, I think it's the right solution for this.
Yeah, I know what I had planned to whisper to Sten, and I
Mhm.
probably it's better we didn't.
Yeah, no, we don't. No one did. Greg, I've just been through 3 weeks of die. I don't need any more trauma.
Speaking of which, first of all, what do you wish?
Wishes, yeah. I mean, obviously, I want Vasilla to come back because I want Dave to be able to play the game with the rest of us. I'm fascinated to see, because part of me feels like all this time Vasilla's just having a conversation with that voice, and what's going to happen when she wakes up? It's going to be real interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then just moving on to see what fresh hell comes upon us next.
So, Tales and Techniques in the chat says, I simply adore the Forbidden Lands balance between emergent story and the random encounters and the planned story with the adventure sites. I think that the emergent aspect is what makes games, and specifically RPGs, such a powerful medium for storytelling.
Mhm.
Preach. We've talked a few times about that, right? Like how it is emergent, and I'll tell you, it's fun to GM because I don't know what's going to happen. And I really like that. But I feel like I have the tools at the same time. And again, the quality of the random encounters, I think, are also wonderful. This was a rolled random encounter, and I made some tweaks here and there, but it was also, I used the random dungeon in the book to generate this, at least the beginnings of it. I made some tweaks to it, but that I had fun this week, getting this all ready. It was neat,
like old school style.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. So this coming Wednesday is episode 4 of Die. If you have not been watching that, Brian is playing. I am a player in it, and I added on Blue Sky, the creator of the game was also the creator of the comic. I can't think of his name off the top of Kieran. Yeah. It's been amazing. It was one of the most powerful 2 hours of gaming I've ever had this last session from yesterday. So if you have ever been tickled or interested about Die, the role-playing game, I think that we are really showcasing what that game is about. So I highly recommend it. So we'll be playing episode 4 on Wednesday. Next week there's no Forbidden Lands, but then we'll be back to Trail of Cthulhu a week from this Saturday. So follow on all the socials to keep track of everything. Love you, Mina. Bye.
Howdy friends, thank you for watching. All our content is archived and organized in playlists on the Third Floor Wars YouTube channel. Check it out. And if you could like, follow, subscribe, and even set your notifications to this channel on YouTube and Twitch, we'd appreciate it, and it'll make sure that you catch all of our content. I talk with creators, designers, and experts across the gaming landscape in every episode of our podcast, Tabletop Talk. Open up your favorite podcatcher and search for Tabletop Talk from Third Floor Wars. Support your creators. They make the content you love, and it's your support that makes it happen. If you want to help us, go to Third Floor Wars on patreon.com. and you can help us for as little as $1 a month. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. Take care.